Hello everyone,
I'm
I'm
Tribune.
I am Dina Ventura,
And I am Jojo Silvestre.
and welcome to Tribune
Tribune Now's
Spotlight.
Spotlight. Well, our guest today is multifaceted, a versatile lady.
Yes,
She is the host and chief mentor of the reality show Project Go. She is herself a reality show veteran, the founder of Akasa Group, which focuses on interior design and decor, a beauty queen and a teleseries actress, and also, you won't believe this, she's also a swimmer and a show jumper. But then we believe it.
yes,
Now,
she can do anything. It
yeah,
seems.
how do we feel now? We feel so
Yes,
inadequate.
let's go.
Okay. May I present to you Miss Maggie Wilson. Hi, Maggie.
Hi Maggie, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Nice to see you.
Maggie, you're such an accomplished woman, no, a lady.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So one wonders where all this came from. So let's talk first about your family. Did it push into doing all these things? And then what education did you have to be able to know all these things?
To get
Tell
into
us.
so many different
Yeah, all these talents.
and accomplishments.
Yeah, having been honed. So tell us.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it all started, I guess, as a child. I grew up in Saudi Arabia, which is not a very easy country to live in, especially if you're a woman. And especially at the time that I was growing up there, life was, again, very challenging as a woman. So I really grew up very competitive and always trying to want to, break barriers. As a woman, of course, you touched on me being a swimmer and a show jumper in my childhood. When I started show jumping in Saudi Arabia, I was the only female show jumper in my heat at the time because it was very uncommon for women to compete. So I was always up against boys. So yes, as a child, I've always had a competitive nature. My parents really influenced me when it came to playing sports, joining competitions and all of these other, extracurricular activities that we have at school. So I was always very open to learning. Even on my summer breaks from school, I would ask my parents if I could be enrolled into everything from dance classes, theater, singing classes. So I was, I'm always on the go. I always like to learn new things. I don't like being sedentary. I need something to do. So, and so as a child, that's sort of how, I guess that's one of the reasons why I like to work and I like to work so hard. I truly enjoy it. And, I started show business and modeling when I was 14. And then, yes, it all started very, very early for me. So, I guess, one thing led to another. I was a model actress and then a beauty queen. And now here we are. I'm now an entrepreneur and a host, the host of Project Go.
What a life she's led, no, Jojo?
Yeah. I wish I could be like that, but isn't it rather late to...
No, it's never too late.
Well, of course.
I don't think so. So now that it's pandemic, times are a little bit hard and challenging for everyone, especially to, I guess, people like you, so active and, not stopping to rest. How have you been coping with the pandemic?
Okay, so the first 2 months when we were in the, major lockdown period, we were all stuck at home. So I started cooking every day for the family. I started cooking lunch and dinner because I also love to cook. And so I kept busy doing that. And then I also kept busy shooting products. So a lot of people don't really know this, but for my brand, because we do furniture, over the lockdown, I shot all of our new product shots myself.
Wow.
So I was still sort of keeping busy. Obviously, we had to close our store, but we reopened in May of the 15th of May. And so we were only really, closed and shut down for 2 months. So that wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right. Yeah. And your other.
There's also a TV show, right?
Yeah, it's called Project Go.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And as the chief mentor and host, what do you look for in an enterprise?
Okay, so what I love
Yeah.
about the show is we featured different ideas or people, some were already existing businesses and some were just ideas. And so it was great to listen to everyone's concepts. And then, we had, of course, from there we had to choose the top 20, and now we've already chosen the top 4 along with my, co-mentors as well. I love being a mentor because I always felt like when I was starting out in my industry, I didn't have a lot of help from other people. And so, coming on board as a mentor, not just a host, but as a mentor as well, that was really special for me because, any opportunity for me to share what I've learned and to share my knowledge, especially to people and to entrepreneurs that are, still starting out, I would grab that and, share whatever I can with them. And so, when Project Go and AXN asked me to come on board and be a part of the show, I was very, very excited. I felt very honored as well.
I'm sure you have a lot of good tips for aspiring businessmen, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything specifically that you look for in an aspiring business person?
Especially a woman, huh?
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. Especially for women, of course, the top thing I always look for is passion. If they're passionate about their product or their brand, that's the number one key. You also must know your brand inside and out, right? You must have plans for your future as well, for the future of the business. Of course, you need to have an amazing idea, an idea that's, I guess, unique, or that something that is necessary or that is needed in the times right now. And then for women, of course, it's all about women empowerment. It's all about being a feminist as well. I love working with female entrepreneurs. Like, for example, now with my brand Akasa Manila, we recently launched a new arm called Akasa & Co. So Co is short for company, wherein we do collaborations with much smaller up-and-coming brands to also help them as well gain traction in the market as well. It's part of my advocacy as well, is to help, the smaller businesses or the startups, to help get their names out there as well. And so one of the first brands that we're collaborating with is also owned by a fellow female entrepreneur, another very strong woman, a woman that I admire as well. And so I just love, the concept of women helping other women as well.
I like that also. So
Just the same, I'm wondering, because, well, it's an equal world, but we still have machos, the macho guy who thinks that he's better than everyone else. What do you tell the women in business? What do you tell them? How are they to cope with men who pose a challenge to them?
Right. With any business, there are always challenges.
Maggie, before you answer that, we'll have a breath.
Magsha-shopping na lang ako! #143SM. Call to deliver. Hello, can I get the following? One pink chair, bed sheets, na pink yung sofa, tapos slides, size 8, pajamas na blue. Oh, don't forget my #143SM. Call to deliver. Wait lang. Okay ba yan?
Anything at the SM store, ma'am.
Call to deliver. Kuya, pwede rin ba ako magpa-deliver sa ate ko sa Taguig, tapos sa friend ko sa Davao, tsaka sa cancel ko sa Lipa? Okay ba yan?
Kahit saan po, pwede kami mag-deliver.
Call to deliver. Call #143SM. Call to deliver. #143SM. Call to deliver. Call #143SM. #143SM. Call to deliver. Call na rin kayo. Call to deliver.
So Maggie, what do you do with boys who show their macho when it comes to business?
I've been very fortunate that I didn't really have to deal with so many men who think that they're better. I always like to level the playing field, and it's good to let them know sometimes that sometimes it's better that we work together as opposed to butting heads.
Right.
Because if you start butting heads, you're never gonna get the job done. So it's good to be open to ideas. Even if it comes from a woman, sometimes the idea might benefit the company or it might benefit the brand, right? I'm also a very straightforward person, so I feel if someone is coming on to me a little too strong because I am a woman, I will let them know that that's not okay. That we can all be very professional. That it's not just a man's world, but it's both of our worlds, and we can coexist together. And I think with each of our strengths, like the strength of a man and the strength of a woman, if we can work together harmoniously, then we can create a better company and a better brand together.
That's right. I forget always that women too can be, that strong.
Yes.
Yeah. So, in fact, Maggie has accomplished a lot of things that a lot of men, I don't think they would have been able to do. The Antarctica thing, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was the first Filipina to finish the race in Antarctica.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Was it cold there?
Very.
Oh my God, it was freezing.
Yeah.
I completed my first marathon on Antarctica in 2017. And I believe it was December. So it was very cold.
Yeah.
It was around minus 40 degrees, and there were only 53 runners from all over the world. And I was going to be the first Filipina to finish, basically the first Filipina to join it and finish it, right? And so it was a very fulfilling moment for me. I think more so for my husband, because my husband, the actual runner, he was the one who was more excited for me to do it. And I think he was prouder than me of myself when I crossed that finish line. But it was such a great accomplishment, whenever I do challenges like this, where it really tests, the limits of your mind, it makes me a stronger person. It makes me think that I can do anything, that nothing is impossible, that you can do anything that you set your mind to. That sounds so cliche, but it really is, the truth. And it was the same thing when I did the Amazing Race Asia on AXN.
They won.
Yes,
Wow.
we did. Yes. And it really does test you emotionally and mentally. And I think, once you find that balance of all three, physical, emotional, and mental strength, then, you can become a more well-rounded person. And even, that also applies to business as well. And so, I think, I look back at all of those challenges and, I think to myself, even though they were hard, they were so worth doing. And the same thing when it comes to business. It's all about taking risks. You have to stop thinking about what if I fail, because at some point, we're all going to fail, but it's all about how we get back on our feet, how we learn from the mistakes and the risks that we've taken, and, how we can be better and apply everything that we've learned, moving forward.
Yeah, that brings me to my question. I was wondering how you started your business in interior design, right?
Yeah.
Akasa, how did you get into that? Have you always been interested in interior design?
Absolutely. Okay, so it started because we were building our second home, and I wanted to interior design the house myself. And so I went back to school and I studied interior design for, it was almost 2 years. And then the brand came about because my husband, who's in development, so he develops villages, and he builds houses and homes for a living. And so the brand started because he had asked me if I could do the interiors for it, and if I could, give him a good budget as well. And so I learned how to source, source the furniture, source the decor, source the materials, and get good prices out of them. And so now that I I knew where to get everything, I thought of opening up my own store because a lot of the items that I did love, that I used for the model units, I couldn't really find here in Manila. And so, or there wasn't really a store that sold everything that I liked. And so that's how Casa Manila came about. So it turned into a full-on store where all the items are curated by me personally, and still to this day, we've been around for 2 years, and all of the items are chosen by me. I'm very proud of that. And so, yeah, that's how it started.
I wonder how she finds the time.
Yeah.
You choose everything and you do all these other things. You're a mom, you're a wife. I mean, wow.
Yeah. I didn't know that she was married and that now she has a
What?
child. Yeah.
Yes.
I thought she was single all along.
No.
Yeah. So how do you find time for all of this? And your husband must be very secure to be married to such a versatile woman, huh?
Of course.
Or he himself is an accomplished man. Tell us more about your husband, please.
Victor
Okay,
Consin.
so
Yeah.
yes, so again, as I said, my husband is a real estate and land developer.
Yeah.
So he's also a very busy man. But the beauty of being married to him and having my business is that we can both work together very closely.
Yeah.
And so we do spend quite a bit of time together. Again, I'm very fortunate enough to be married to someone who allows me
There you
to
go.
do all of these projects. There he is.
Ay, macho pala eh. Oo.
Yeah, so,
They're both very athletic.
Yeah.
yeah, so time-wise, it's all about time management and planning ahead, and I'm very good at that. We work very hard, but we also like to plan our little getaways and holidays together. So we make sure that we have some downtime to relax and have some quality time. And same thing with our son. We plan our holidays around his schedule as well. So like for the summer, for Christmas and New Year, we take trips with him. But so it's all about time management and, planning ahead. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. Let's go back to your interior design. So we know who the guy is and how, but I didn't hear the name.
Victor Consin.
Victor Consuni. Okay, so what are the trends in interior design?
Now.
Are we very Filipino now or we're international?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Are we
The trends now, do we go for Filipino things and all that, Filipino materials and design and all, or it's everything's okay, international and all that?
I think the beauty of owning a furniture store now is that the generation now is very concerned about where the items are made and sourced.
Okay.
And so, so they always ask, where do we source our items? Where do we get them? Are they made locally? Because the consumers now are more inclined into buying locally made products, which is a great thing because, of course, we're all about supporting local as well.
Oh.
Yes, we do import some of our stuff, not everything. So it's a mixture, of different suppliers in different countries. But yes, Filipinos in general love to purchase Philippine-made products now, and I'm so happy about that. In terms of trends, of course, we're all, trying to work from home. Our kids are, studying from home as well. So now people are turning some of their spaces into little workspaces.
Yeah.
And so everyone has desk setups now with, with their office chairs as well.
Yeah.
That's definitely a trend that we're going to be seeing in the future, especially when it comes to people building their homes and their houses. They're always going to want a space where they can work or study. So that's definitely a big trend. Another trend is, everyone's turning into a plantito and a plantita.
Yeah.
Especially people who live in apartments that don't have gardens. Another, and it's another great trend. It's part of my design philosophy is to bring the outside in or the outdoors in. And that's, a great way to do it is by adding plants. So that's another trend that's exploded because of the pandemic. So I think now people see more of a value to, their homes. Again, we're very fortunate to be in the furniture and decor industry because we've been doing so well despite the pandemic, because now people are staring at their spaces thinking, oh, now I have to stay home a lot. What can I do to make my space feel, prettier, more relaxing, a space that you want to spend time in? And so I think now more than ever, people really value their space and how their spaces look.
And with everyone cooking, I guess they also want their kitchens
Well
beautiful.
equipped
Yeah,
and
that's
spacious, right? What about you,
Absolutely.
Maggie? What are your personal preferences in terms of design? Like for your
So
space?
Okay. I love the resort type living. Whenever I travel, I basically choose the hotels I stay in based on their interiors and architecture.
Yeah.
It same goes with the restaurants as well. I think, because I find inspiration in architecture, in food, in surroundings. And so I want to be surrounded by beauty. So my design philosophy is the same thing. I want my home to feel like it's my own personal sanctuary, my own private resort.
Yeah.
I want to feel like it's my permanent vacation
I love
that
that.
I can come home to, and I feel like it's a vacation. And so I try to apply that, for all of my designs when I'm working with clients as well.
I'm sure she loves sawali walls. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Have you tried using sawali? That's a native.
Sawali?
Yeah. Find out. Find out from.
Okay, yeah,
from
I'll
your local-
Google it later.
Okay.
So what would be a specific touch that would transform a space into something resort-like? What would you recommend to people, for example, who would ask for your advice?
Okay, so I'd probably recommend two things. Incorporate natural textures. That could be wood, or could be like your jute or abaca rugs. And then incorporate plants as well, because plants really does make you feel like, you're in a resort, especially tropical plants. I must emphasize that they should be tropical plants, like your palm trees,
Yes.
your rapice, like this, what I have here
Yeah.
I see it.
in my space. So yeah.
Don't
so-
get the sand in, huh? Don't bring in the sand.
Don't bring it.
No. Leave the sand at the beach.
So
Yeah, so Maggie, you're such an accomplished person. I was just looking at everything you've ever done in your life, and you're 3 decades only on Earth or
young.
something. So young. And so is there anything else that you feel like you should still do, or do you just take each challenge as they come and never say no?
well, once a beauty queen, always a beauty queen.
Oh, it's a beauty queen? Is that what you're trying to say? No, there's still so much that I want to accomplish. I do have a lot of projects in the pipeline that I will be sharing along the way, of course. I'm already planning for next year and for 2022. As I said earlier, I like to plan ahead, and so there's still a lot that I want to do, and things that need to be done. In terms of challenges, yes, I take them in the chin. I take them as they come.
Close now.
And then what else? Oh, I'm a firm believer in you only live once, and so while you're still young, you must experience everything that you can. I'm a firm believer in investing in experiences over things. And so that's, those are some of the words that I live by, is that, again, you only live once, so experience as much as you can, because you can't take things with you to the grave, but you can take the experience and the memories with you.
That's so nice.
He reminds me of my friend Ren. He says he wants to eat so many things now because when he grows older,
He can't.
he
He won't be
can't and he
able
won't eat them anymore.
Okay, we've prepared some photos that Maggie, maybe you can talk a little bit about the photos that we picked one at a
Sure.
time. It's just a little something we play in this show. Okay, so we start
Okay.
with this.
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, beauty.
Okay, so this was obviously in 2007, 13 years ago. This was around when I won, I guess, obviously Binibining Pilipinas World, I was 17 years old.
Wow.
My cheeks were obviously very chubby because I had a lot of baby fat in my cheeks.
You still look beautiful.
She looks
thank
younger
you.
now.
Oh, you look
Oh,
much
thank
younger.
you.
Yeah.
Actually, no?
I think it's my hair color.
Oh, maybe. And no more baby fat.
My Yeah, no more baby fat. Oh my god, it took so long for it to go away. It took several years, obviously. No, but yeah, it was that was a good time in my life. You know, I was 17, winning Binibining Pilipinas at that age. At the time, I was the youngest to ever win that title, so it was a very big accomplishment. Something that I'm very proud of. It was also the very first pageant I ever joined.
Oh, wow.
Grabe siya.
And she won.
Yes.
Yes, and so again, I'm a very competitive person. At the time, you know, if I said to myself, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right, and I wanted to make sure that I won the local pageant.
Yeah.
So there.
Grabe, no?
Yeah.
Okay, next.
There. Oh.
That's my son Connor.
Oh, when was this?
This shot was taken in Boracay, and this shot was taken last year.
Oh, just
actually.
last year.
I believe it was sometime in March. So he had just turned 8 at the time. Again, one of our little getaways with our son. You know, Connor loves the beach just as much as I do, and I love him for that. We are the same zodiac sign as well. We're both Pisces, so he loves the water like I do.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Maggie has a show. You also have a show called Beached, right? That's still ongoing?
No, I think what they're airing now is just replays.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that 2 years ago.
What's your favorite beach? Where is it?
In the whole world.
Yeah, in the whole world.
In the whole world, very easy answer. That would be the Bahamas. Specifically, Staniel Cay and Exuma, Bahamas, because it's so beautiful over there. I spent my 30th birthday over there because, you know, it's such a special place.
How about here?
The Philippines.
Oh, locally?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. There are several beaches. There are a lot, but I'd say my top one would be Amanpulo, which is in the Palawan area. It's so beautiful. You know, the sand is very reminiscent of the original Boracay.
Yeah.
The sand's very powdery. The marine life is so alive and thriving. You could literally, you know, walk a couple 100 meters into the water and you'll see sea turtles swimming, and you'll see like at least 5 of them while you're swimming, and I love that.
Yeah.
Such a treat for not just the adults but also the kids too that get to go there. It's a private island, so it's quiet. You know, there's not a lot of people, and yeah, the beach and the waters are just amazing over there.
Okay, so do we have more pictures? We're done?
Oh,
here.
there.
Wow!
I could be like her.
Okay, so this photo was actually taken in the Bahamas while I was there for my 30th birthday. And this is the beach, the private beach that was right in front of the villa that we rented.
Yeah, what color? It looks like blue.
And yes, the water is very blue. And it's so clean, as in you will not see any kind of trash whatsoever. And that photo was taken by my husband.
Ganda, no?
Yeah. Maybe we should go there one time.
Okay.
You should. I highly recommend that if you can, you should definitely see it at least once.
Oh, look at this one.
Wow.
You're like a fish.
Yeah, and a ballet dancer.
And a ballet dancer all in one.
So this photo was actually taken in Amanpulo, my favorite local beach. This is on our last trip over there. Also taken by my husband with an underwater camera. What else? I like to free dive. I like to swim. I used to be a competitive swimmer, so, you know, and I'm a Pisces, so water is in my DNA. But yeah, I just love shooting photos at the beach and in the water, as you could tell.
You look great in it.
So, Maggie, we're winding up, no? We'd like to find out your advice to young people who would like to be like you. Yeah, they have so much talent. We have so many young people who have talents just like you. They're versatile also. But what's your advice to them so that they can do all
sure
these
it's not-
things and
yeah, it's
so
not-
they become successful like you?
It's not that easy even
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
talented,
Yeah.
right? So how would you advise them to
Yeah.
pursue their
Yeah.
whatever their dreams are,
Yeah.
especially in these times?
Yes, at their age.
I think the biggest obstacle that most people face when it comes to trying something new or starting a business is the fear of failing or the fear of taking the risk or self-doubt. Like with anything in life, those three things will never go away. They're always going to be there. But again, and some words that I live by is to always feel the fear and do it anyway.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Because when you start to second guess and you start to overthink things, you're never going to be able to get to that point of actually doing it or doing something about it. Because one, you're just too scared. I personally do not like to live in regret. I don't ever want to look back and say, I didn't do this, or I didn't try something, or I didn't start something because I was too scared to do it. Again, you'll never know how successful your business or how amazing an experience can be unless you've actually, taken that leap.
Yeah.
And so, never mind the self-doubt, never mind the fear. Again, they're always going to be there. It's all about facing that,
Yes.
facing the
yes.
fear, taking the risk, facing the self-doubt and taking the first step really and making the first move because no one else is going to make that move for you but yourself.
Do you say the same things about love?
Yes, absolutely.
See? I'm right after all.
I don't like wasting my time.
Just go for it.
It's precious. Yeah, if you see something you like or you see something you want, go for it.
Okay, thanks for the advice. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Maggie, you've said some very inspiring words, but I'm curious now. That you
Okay.
said, have you ever had any moment in your life when you were really scared or there was something that you feared so much, but you still went ahead and did it anyway? Maybe you can share that.
Oh my gosh, so many things.
Oh.
I'd say joining Beanie Beanie was one of one of those experiences that I was terrified of doing. Because for one, I was so young. I was 17. I had no background in pageantry whatsoever. I was already in show business. I was an actress already when I joined. So, I had this fear in my head that I would be judged so much harder because I was an artista. And if I lost, I felt like people were might mock me or they might, say some not so nice things. And all of these things are really messing with me. But what got me going was all of my mentors and everyone that surrounded me during those times really believed in me and believed in my capability. And the people that I trained with KF, which is a beauty pageant camp. So all of my trainers, when they trained me, they didn't charge me for anything. It was all done pro bono. And so for me to see that, that they sacrificed their time, they shared their knowledge and their wisdom, it really pushed me to be better and to win, not just because I'm competitive or for myself, but to also win for them. And so, when somebody believes in you and they put their, they trust in you, that also helps, it helped me a lot to overcome everything that I was so worried about. And so that's one of those instances where I was really scared. But I have so many, so many.
But
Even joining the Amazing Race was also very terrifying because again I was already sort of like a personality, a TV personality here in the Philippines. So girl, what if natanggal kami on the first leg? Diba? And so before the race, I really did my homework on the show. And so, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just there for the experience. I wanted to prove to people that I can do it and that that we can finish and that we could, possibly win. And we did. And so, I do a lot of things that terrify me.
And look where it got
Thankfully-
you, yeah.
Exactly. Thankfully, all of which have been very fruitful and, and have been amazing experiences.
I like what you said about when someone believes in you, you
try your best.
Yeah, that's right.
So most of it is mental. That's like to overcome,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. As I said
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah.
once you've mastered, your physical, mental, and emotional strength, you become a well-rounded person.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter what is thrown at you, you'll be able to cope, you'll be able to come out of it stronger. There is always a solution to every problem. It's just a matter of finding it.
Yes.
That's a good way to.
End the show.
Yeah.
We've come to the end of our show, and I would like to say that you're living proof of all the things you've said. So
Yes.
anybody who listened and
Yeah.
will listen after the show.
Learned a lot, no? When
I'm
we
sure,
learn
yes.
some more.
So Jojo,
Okay.
We'd like
that
to-
was a wonderful time with you,
yes.
Maggie.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you
joining
so
us.
much.
We hope to.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you
Yeah.
for joining us. And this
Thanks,
has
SM
been Dina
Store.
Ventura.
Thanks, SM Store. This is Giorgio
Oh, yeah.
Silvestre.
And this has been
Oh, hang
Spotlight.
on. Can I promote the finale of my
Of
show?
course, of course.
Before we go,
Okay.
So to everyone who's watching, first of all, thank you for having me. But yes, I would like to promote the finale of my show Project Go on AXN Asia. It's gonna air Thursday next week. There's actually an episode tonight at 8:25 p.m. But the finale is next week on Thursday at 8:25 p.m. on AXN Asia. You can also catch it on the AXN Asia and GoDaddy YouTube channel as well. So I hope you guys can watch it.
Yes,
Thank
we will.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks.
You too. Bye.
So that was a wonderful time with Maggie. This is Giorgio Silvestre again.
This is Dina Ventura. And
This has been Tribune Now's Spotlight. Thank
Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net.ph and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition and press reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.
Bilang bagong mag-asawa, sabay kami natututo sa buhay.
Sabay rin namin inaaral ng mga bayarin sa bahay.
Kahit kami, nagtaka sa biglang laki ng electricity bill namin. Huwag pong mangambang maputulan. Sinisigurado ng Meralco na walang disconnection hanggang September.
Estimated bills lang ang natanggap natin ng March, April at para sa ilan, May. Dahil sa lockdown, isang tabi to para hindi na maguluhan.
Ang May o June ay actual meter reading na. Kung May, nagka-actual reading, ibabawas dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. hanggang 3 buwang konsumo.
Kung estimated reading sa May at June nagka-actual reading, ibabawas din dito ang huling reading bago mag-ECQ. Yan lang po ang ating babayaran. Hanggang 4 na buwang konsumo, walang labis. Tandaan, kung ano lang na konsumo,
Yun lang ang babayaran.
ako po si Mateo G.
At ako naman po si Sarah G.
G?
G!
Ang Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators o POGO ay isang legitimate business entity na nagbibigay serbisyo sa offshore gaming para lamang sa mga manlalarong nasa abroad sa pamamagitan ng internet. Ang mga serbisyong handog nito ay katulad ng casino games at sports betting na pwedeng laruin kahit wala sa casino. Sa Pilipinas, walang POGO operators. Tanging POGO service providers lamang dahil nagaganap ang mga laro sa labas ng bansa.
Click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap, it's a wrap. Just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the Ring apps are the in thing. You know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use. Mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan. Download the Globe One and Globe at Home app.
Viber is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family, anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Good morning, sir. How may I help you?
Bakit kailangan ko pang pumunta sa bangko?
Oo nga naman, sir. Ba't kailangan pang pumunta sa bangko?
Why not get a UB app so you can do all these without going to the bank? Bank the way you live. Union Bank.